Let me just... There you go. Good morning, study buddy. How are all of you today? I'm aware that I have no one to my side, but this is one of the few, what's the word? Few scenes I have that capture my computer's audio, and if you could just hear Gris right now, or sorry, rather Gris, it is quite gorgeous. Let me get that let me get that hydrate for you, 7, before I go into the game. Thank you so much for the hydrate. So, for those of you who don't already know, we'll be playing Gris today. Devolver published, very much artsy game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I've only, really had some exposure to it by means of a brief, what's the word? A brief, puzzle watching. That Clementine did. I mean, rather, Clementine was doing a puzzle, and I had to watch over the corner. So, I'm excited to see where this goes. The music's already very, like, emotionally, like, not off-putting, but immediately, like, puts you on the back leg. So I think it's interesting. And I want to interface with this as best as I can, so why don't y'all join me? As you can see, I've moved some things around for Gris particularly. I wanted to make sure that it was the majority of the screen, and I thought in this case and in this way, having overlay would only hurt the experience, at least in my case. I'm sure there's things I'd like to have up here, but I don't know, let's just see how things go. I was doing some editing things, I actually haven't seen anything, but I wanted to make sure that the settings were all perfect. Hello there. Hi Octopus, welcome in. She doesn't have a voice anymore. It's really gorgeous to see how this game just moves. Jump towards any kind of semblance of stability here. I love the movement of the cloth as well. It's just, I don't know, every frame is just really well constructed, I think. Creative director Conrad Rosette. I'm doing rather, Octopus, if you catch my drift. Producer and programmer Roger Mendoza. How small we are in comparison to everything else. The pastels and splotches. I don't know, I just love games like this that are able to communicate such gravity. And music by the Berlinist. I've actually listened to a lot of their music. It's really, to be honest, I might have spoiled myself a little bit, but I listened to Gris's instrumental and soundtrack before having played it, because a lot of its soundtrack is just very powerful. created by Nomada Studio. So I will be pronouncing it Gris, as I searched it up, and Nomada is based in Barcelona, and I believe Barcelona, Spain, they speak Spanish, so I'll be using the Spanish pronunciation rather than the French, which I'm used to. But I'm doing, so to speak. Thank you for asking, Octopus. How are you? Hi, Pot. How are you doing? We're playing Gris right now. I think it's become an art style in and of itself to hand draw frames and such on a canvas like this, and have that sort of movement in like a technological space. Like, it's hard to describe. It's not Loving Vincent per se, but the way that like the pencil quality changes across each step of the leg, or the way that the cloth moves even. It's as though it's from a drawing manual. I think that's interesting. Isn't Gris a kind of knife? As far as I understand, it's Gris is Spanish or French for gray. And I think it's a near-rhyme for grief as well. You take care, Archivist. Feel well. As far as what was I gonna say? I'm trying to think of what you may be referring to as Gris as a knife. But I suppose that might be important in the coming steps. So we're moving at a crawl here over I didn't do that. Now we're actually moving. I really love the music, the way it picks up here. It's both. It's a curved small knife in a specific gray color. Would you say that our silhouette is actually like a Gris then? Or like a Gris then? The way that we cut through the silhouette of the map with that just like barely what's the word? Concurrent shape. Thank you for the posture check, Octopus. I can't just keep saying I love how everything is, right? That's not conducive for good commentary, but I can't help but just be completely enamored with the way that this game has decided to present itself. The way that the camera is so dynamic that it goes in and out depending on the scale of the objects around you. It almost feels as though our main character, that she's not the subject, or if she is, that she is a small subject in the span of something greater. Because the camera isn't tracking, because the camera tracks her, but the camera adjusts specifically for the shapes around her. It's as though like she's the cursor for which we experience desktop in. And everything here is gray. Have any of you played Gris before, or Gris before? I'm curious to that respect. We picked something up. Huh. Semiotics time? 1 second. You've never heard of the game? I could have sworn it had something of what's the word? Of a splash in gaming culture for a bit. I remember in the sort of late 2010s that there was a great deal of what's the word? There's a great deal of discourse on whether gaming and video gaming could be considered art. And there are many games that I would say speak to the nature of games as implicitly artistic. And my personal we're going after these little motes of light. We're collecting them. Widescreen. So we're missing one mote, and we'll be able to proceed from here. But yes, there was a conversation whether games could be considered art. And yeah, a little bit. That's great. That's great to hear, Octopus. But there was what's the word? A debate on whether games could be considered art. And my personal contribution, or my personal choice for that argument is The Beginner's Guide, which very much was about creation and about being an artist, about making. But a lot of people brought this up as one of their what's the word I'm looking for? One of their suggestions. I'm not sure if we missed something there or not. If we should have caught on to that tarp, or if we could perhaps glide down. Oh. Oh, so these lights can actually bridge two spaces together. I'm sorry about your audio, Octopus. I'm not sure if I could even speak to them right now. But I hope things resolve themselves so you're able to hear this. I'm not sure what causes my audio to fall apart like that. Is this the same thing with UPod, out of curiosity? But yes, semiotics time. I'm very excited to go into that. I don't know. To be honest, I wish I could be more of a student of semiotics. I have more of an understanding of this stuff. Color language, shape language. So we're red now, or at least the world around us has become red. Achievement unlocked, red. You can't see that because it's in my Steam overlay. But congratulations to us. It took me a while to get into semiotics. My first teacher was an absolute elitist turd when it came down to it. For some reason, Pot, reading that gives me so much joy. Not that you had a teacher who pressed down upon you like that and oppressed you with their own elitist idea of how something should be, but that you got into it in the first place. I don't know, Welcome back, Octopus. I feel like in that way, I relate. Because it can take one a while to realize that something is what they were supposed to be doing, or what they were meant to do. When someone poor at communicating it extended it to them. I thought, oh, are 3 motes, and there's a lot more up there, a lot more in the way of stars. Did we lose our motes up to this altar? But yes, I'm glad you're into it now, at least. And you could speak to it. I'm always open to the interpretations of my peers and my study buddies. So you ever have anything to say, anything that this game makes you feel, I'm very excited to hear upon it. The first professor straight up said that in their first class, there is no cultural relevance on ancient art, as all relevant cultural work comes from the 20th century, and we're on frank decline, which is objectively false. Completely agreed. I mean, how could you even say something like that? Beyond elitist, that's just a gross simplification of the birth of humanity's contributions. And that's birth with an E rather than with an I. As I said, he was a turd. Wow. I don't want to go wow every time, I just can't help it. Just look at these shades. And we're on constant decline here. Not unlike your professor's idea of culture, but do you see how we set like this, and our silhouette slowly becomes something just in tune with everything else? And we set with this large celestial body. Can I reverse this at all? Can I move the opposite way? Painterly and pastel, I just can't help but just be grabbed by. No fall damage, which is good. We are held back by an obelisk. Oh, game came out in 2018. That was a really busy year. That's why I haven't heard of it. Ah, I see. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not very good at keeping up with video games. I generally have a couple of properties that I personally enjoy. And considering Metroid hasn't had a proper contribution since Dread, I simply wait until something else strikes me like this. Gris. Hello, gamer. How are you, Snake? We're playing, Gris. It's a very artistic game, as far as we've been able to see so far. This is the closest we've been to, the main character's visage in a long time. The first time they've carved out a silhouette much larger than, any other subject on the screen, and it's slowly going away as you continue. The art style reminds me of Journey, which is a fun one. I should look into that, shouldn't I? On the surface, I think this game might be a reality check showing that we are small in a world, but it's clear that you can change it. I think that's a valid reading, at least of the very first couple of minutes of this game. I don't know, the world did go red after we've proceeded and continued to walk, didn't it? And while we stumbled in the first couple of seconds, we began to capture a gate at some point. Oh. This looks like... The art style reminds me of Journey, that was a fun one, yes. An animated cutscene in a movie. I presume this is going to be how the rest of this is going to go. In any case, how are you, Arnie? How are you doing? If I'm being perfectly honest, what is that instrument? It's an organ, isn't it? Doing well, I'm glad to hear it. I hope you're having fun. I am just letting myself get into the experience, I think. Oh, there's a little rock guy. Hello? Well, they paused one next to us. The wind is strong here. This game came out in 2018. I know that now thanks to Pot. It has a very beautiful aesthetic, or neat aesthetic, as you'd say. Sandstorm is kind of intimidating. You know why I think, in part, it is intimidating? Are you all familiar with why organs are used to describe masterminds and vampires and all kinds of gothic what's the word? Gothic holder tyrant. You see, the organ is a very specific instrument meant to be played a very specific way. It is, there are these great and giant bellows that haunt cathedrals with their notes that continue to flit through glass windows. And it's said only that people who are blessed by God could play them properly. And properly within tune, within set within sync. So when played discordantly, it is thought as though, not that the person is playing poorly, but that some being of malevolent, what's the word? Malevolent, intention is playing it. Vampires. This is where the shorthand of Dracula, playing the organ and being evil, being a devil, comes from. That precise thought, and I think it was used to great effect during one of his depictions in a movie, in a motion picture, but I don't remember particularly. I enjoyed playing through Gris a while back. Good game, great music. We were just, what's the word? We were just musing about that, Fluffeth. Berlinist did an excellent job with the orchestra here, or the orchestration. I'm not sure what I'm missing, though. In an interview, Oscar Crego, lead designer of Nomada Studios and creative director of the game, said, "I don't know, man, I just wanted to..." Fair enough, Pot. Glad to add a little levity to the gravity of this. We're missing 2 motes. We'd have to find something like that. I think we should backtrack a little bit. Enjoy yourself in your lurk, Octopus. Oh, you're building a Vampire the Masquerade character, Snake. That's quite nice. Would you recommend the game Gris, Fluffness, if you're still here? Because I'm quite enjoying it myself, and I suppose what you've said was a great, what's the word? Recommendation for it. I'm somewhat thinking whether or not this is a headspace for me. Is that a moat right there? It's all banter, Snake. We're missing something. Should we just continue walking along the ground until we find something? We have shelter in here and a moat. Do these items have particular names, these little bits of light? Yeah, as far as I know, Snake has a thick, scaled skin. So, within reason, they will tell you when things get really bad. You take care now, Octopus. We have 2 moats already. When did we pick up the first one? Take care, Octo. You know what else is interesting about the use of organs here? I'm unsure of the actual qualification or quantification of organs, but they do use wind primarily to communicate their sound. More so than a piano, which only reverberates the length of a string. The sound comes from these massive bellows that send wind through channels and adjust and change them along the way. What is this large? We've seen a whole bunch of smaller versions of these. To see one this large, I can't help but feel like something has been ruined. But yes, I think it's interesting to make the sandstorm an organ here. This mechanic of having to duck and weave between different spaces and steps amidst the pressure of the oncoming sandstorm is quite nice. Oh, this should help us. If I can pick it up. Maybe I can drop down it through that one over here. Oh, I was hoping that I could... Oh, maybe if I get more height? Doesn't seem likely. Organs are really cool. They make the building go brr. That's one way to put it. That is how the organ go, I suppose. I hope I don't get launched too far back with this next gust. Or maybe I could have... I'm tumbling backwards. Wait for the sandstorm, jump from the slope. The wind will carry you to the note. I want to try that now, excuse me. Are you communicating anything that you've learned from Clem's, what's the word for it? Clem's stream. Come here, where have you gone? Here. Oh, come now. Oh, Pot! I didn't realize that you. I'm so sorry. For some reason, I mixed you up with another person in chat with Arnie. It's because Arnie is a follower of Clem who's played this game in the past. It's interesting how the sandstorm seems to trigger so often here. But the main character seems to brace themselves towards every blast of wind. So why don't we just try it one more time over here and see if we're thrown back into that mode, into the lights. Oh, as soon as I go inside of this place, I am sheltered from the wind. Maybe we can see if we can gather more mass at some point. Are these the tops of ships? What are these needles, do you think? Monuments? Perhaps they're in the foreground or in the background, much larger than we actually can perceive them to be. How did they get that smoke effect as well? Like old lampposts. I suppose that's true, like old lampposts. Hold K. I think I know what we can do now. Is there any way to proceed from here, or... There is, but why don't we walk backwards and follow through with what we found? Yes, I think like old lampposts. I could see it. There's like a little, not brazier, or a brasserie. But there is that kind of like domed element and domed shape to it, isn't there? Mascot. Banners, maybe. Could certainly be the case, though flagless now. Is there anything else I can do here? Even still, we have the sun shining behind us, which is nice. I should ask, is the music coming through properly? Because it would be a real shame if any of it was blotted out at any point in time. That's good to hear, Pot. Thank you. So, Fluffeth, does, this individual have a name? We can still continue to walk forward while blocked up. I certainly don't mind the sudden change of pace. Look at this. Cathedral to Grief. I just need to go back and see them real quick. To be curled like that. To fall into oneself. And find security in the smallness of that space. Sag. I think she's just called Gris. Oh, fair enough. Is there anything I've missed before we break that down? I just want to make sure I didn't leave anything behind. Should I just bust it down that space then? It seems like there are two ways to proceed here. Unless I'm mistaken. Which way can it come back from, is the thing. If you're playing an RPG, it's best to go towards the dead ends first. If only so that you've explored all of the spaces and such. Come here, Rock. Thank you. This all does feel like a massive old kingdom now that you pointed that out, Fluffeth. Whether it be Pot's identified what's the words? Pot's identified lampposts or Fluffeth's banners. Oh, it ends here. It seems like there was some large semblance of civilization that's now missing. And the sky is blotted red once again with these sands. Moats. Okay, we need to get those. I've been calling them moats. Do they have any like specific name? Moat, M-O-T-E. I believe that means like small point or object. Oh. I have to get more elevation. Okay. I didn't mean to say that so dramatically. The winds pick up and I go, K, and I click down the button. Points of light. I love how simple the platforming is as well. It's very friendly to those such as myself who don't have very good game sense or skills. No way. I'm gonna have to build myself up back there. So... Is there a way to prolong my jump? Or maybe I must be blown by the wind to reach that. The next gust of sandstorm, I'll be standing in the corner. Because it seems like by my own self-jump, it's quite difficult. To manipulate one's shape to what's demanded of them. Yes! Alright, now we can go down the hole. But yes, to manipulate one's shape to become accustomed to what's around you, to adapt to it. It is certainly a response to something, isn't it? Okay, let's ring the bells. Now that our work is done. I hope I hadn't missed anything earlier. We're back to gray. But we still have the abilities that we gained from red. And I think the entire stage is still, to some extent, this slight shade of red. It's only getting cooler as we continue to go down. Hello there. Look at all that below us. We were found on the hand of one of these large statues, weren't we? All this impractical engineering. You said it, Pot. What's all these broken blocks doing? Oh, things have gone white. Is this the next chapter? Oh, wow. Okay, so not lampposts, and perhaps not even banners, but skeletons, frames. Some means for these large tarps to be able to be spread in a certain direction. Is this an end? It is. How is one supposed to properly navigate such a temple? I suppose when it was put together, it was much more easy to navigate. Now you need to be a rock person to be able to continue. Oh, frames like a windmill. Can we jump on those? Oh, here. Is that the sun still? To the on top right. It looks so small in comparison. Oh, no way. But how is someone supposed to climb up a temple like that? Well, I suppose they had stairs at some point. Or maybe those little rock guys were supposed to help. Let's just try to get as much height as possible. Maybe at the zenith of this arc, we can take the jump. There you go. I think this... Oh, good. I think this game is what I needed right now. If I'm being honest, I started today a little bit out of it. I was wondering if I could properly give myself to this game at the moment. Given that I have a couple of things on my mind, but I don't know, I feel like this might be the perfect way to experience it. At least for me right now. Is there nothing here? Hello, rocks. Cube. We can cube now, Snake. We can manifest cube. Oh, hello there. Are you a scale? Oh no, you're just a switch. The pace of this game is really making me, what's the word? It's making me have to take my time, which generally I don't like doing when it comes to games. I like to be fast. I like to be speedy and free and such. I think the little bit of temperance, this little bit of not abstinence, but restraint that the game is putting upon us. Just a little off balance there. But a little bit of restraint that this game is giving us. I think that's serving me some good. There you go. I love how this game's so intuitive as well. Like, a lot of the puzzles you solve just by, like, thinking about what would happen if. Because now we know we can control our weight, our mass. And as such, can control... the way we affect things below us. Gris speedrun when? I think even a speedrun would be in the span of hours. I wonder what all these little functions are, these little tiny rocks. I hope I'm not harming anything by destroying them, but I feel as though it must be a thing. The current world record is 1 hour and 23 minutes and 53 seconds. Well, the gravity is lighter here. In addition to our ability to gain mass, the world has become lighter around us. Oh, both of you got it at the same time. Or did you? Or did one of you just add on a little bit? Maybe it's the achievement hunter in my brain that's making me break these objects. Pretty close. It was at the same time. Can I get both? Do I need to get both even? I might not need to. I should there you go. These old machines, how do they work? I do have an interest in old machines and just... I don't know. Technology has gone so far on Earth, as far as I've been able to observe, but everything here is a bit analog. In the college, I mean. Like, we still use typewriters and stuff like that. Much more... in the case that you can diagnose a problem just by looking at what's sticking, you know? We're missing 2? They must be in these corridors then. Typewriters kind of suck, but nostalgia romanticized them. It's more so that, in our case, that we have the means of casting and remolding and making keys and different pieces here. It's much more easy for us to maintain such objects, even if they are a bit sticky every now and then. How do I get down there? There's ought to be a way. But you could say nostalgia romanticized everything, really. Anything you've grown up with. Humans, I think, are just... They dislike change. Very rarely will something new be taken on well by those who have invested themselves in the old and how that works. Sometimes there are not even any problems or anything to mitigate the good that boon or item might do. But people will stick to what they know because it is what they know. But I assure you, when most of our controllers are given up for gestural controls one day, or even through thoughts, people will find nostalgia in things as simple as the game controller. And I suppose you could say that despite all the love for the GameCube controller, is it really that good at Smash? Is it really that compelling to use that it is better to follow through with that rather than get another kind of controller? It's the muscle memory that these giants and titans of the craft. It's those it's that muscle memory that they've adapted and developed throughout the years that is valuable, not necessarily the controller, I think. Have you used controller? Have you used typewriter before? Have any of you? Oh, sorry, bud. I didn't realize that there were such small creatures in there. Hello. Oh. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your new home. We have enough for the next stage, is what I'm taking from that. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. There used to be a few typewriters when I was a kid. It took a different kind of pressure, didn't it? What was it? Membrane keyboards have made typing so soft and so gentle that when some people try out mechanical keyboards, people go up in arms with how heavy you have to press your keystrokes. A very long time ago. But using but using mechanical keyboards come close enough, right? I would agree so. In my two experiences, the button push is just a little heavier with the what's the word? With the typewriter. But it is nostalgia, I think. It is love for an older time, perhaps, or a time where things were simple and made sense. That makes us gravitate towards machinery that isn't as advanced as other things. I'm not that old, it was mainly old equipment. I didn't say anything of the sort, did I? I didn't mean to draw that distinction out if I had. You know, I don't really think about how old the people who follow me are. Should I? Look at that, just hidden within the background. I wonder how this game played with people who aren't gamers, so to speak, who don't have the same instincts as we do to look around and see what things look like you can jump on them with. I always appreciate old mechanical things. I think you might like it here in the college, then. We prize the aesthetic of old mechanical things, generally. That wasn't enough. There's also this... Oh man, if Archivist were here, I think he'd love to comment on it, but there's also this thing that is entirely true, actually. That things aren't built to last anymore, for the most part anyway. Unless you get an item bespoke from a person, a craftsperson even. Many times these manufactured items won't last you a lifetime anymore, where it has for people for generations. Look at this massive wheel. We use the QWERTY standard in the West because that was the standard for typewriters back in the day, despite having way more efficient configurations. Built to last, Felix perk? I haven't played, what's the word? Dead by Daylight on this channel yet, but I might have to. To honor that little reference. There you go. With enough mass and acceleration, we bring about force. Are we lifting up? Oh. But in the same way that we're nostalgic for, what's the word? We're nostalgic for items and objects. You couldn't see me switching over from QWERTY to some other configuration. My hands, I can type up to around 80 words per minute if it's just a stream of consciousness. I wouldn't want to lose that for anything. But perhaps it could be faster if I learned how to be a stenographer. I think everyone, though, I might be wrong. There are some people who just love the new, who adore the new, who want as much as possible to have their hands on anything, anything like as advanced as possible. We're here right back where we started, it feels like. Didn't we begin in a hand of stone? Blue. Oh wow, that transition. Green, rather. I suppose blue and green are similar enough. I like how we change with our environment. Oh, I was gonna test it between the red, but no, we do seem to change with our environment. This whole place is an OSHA compliant. Well, pot. I hate to break it to you, but I don't think OSHA applies here. Steno keyboards are crazy. If you all haven't seen a stenography keyboard, they are maybe 3, 8. They're maybe only 14 keys large. But you're able to spell so many different words because it uses chords to describe things. This is neither green nor blue, this is cyan. Well... I'm sorry, Snake. I realize that the sudden introduction of green and blue might be problematic. I hope I'm not missing anything. I've been much more diligent in red than I have been in green. Are those skeletal stars things I've missed? I'd hope not. Could we go back to old sectors? Old stages. That might be nice. Thank you for dropping in, Oren. To be honest, I think it's going to be a little bit of a low energy day for me myself as well. So if you'd like to just stick around and just unwind, extend yourself, then I wouldn't mind. But also, if you have things you need to do, feel free. Man, it's not a big deal. I have a hard time differentiating shades of red and green. I was even listening to get. What? Oh, so we can't go back now. Can we fall, actually? No. One of the blocks stops us from doing so. You have a hard time differentiating shades of red and green, and sometimes even mixing them up. That's fair. Yes and no. Those shiny orb things are generally collectibles. As for the game mechanically, you cannot go wrong. Okay. Fluffeth. Do I call you Fluffeth or Fluff? Or is there anything you'd prefer? Leap of faith. Greens and reds. You know what this reminds me of? Some of those Japanese brush paintings. Largely deep black strokes accented with the occasional brush of pinkish ink, or maybe even green. Hello, little buddies. Oh. Love is fine, fair enough. It's good to see the red be attached to growth now, rather than a hostile item. Why do you think we started with red? Hmm? Oh, they grow and shrink every now and then. Okay. You don't know how it works outside of Nova Scotia, but you have to do a little eye test when you try to get your learner's permit. Now you can see the green numbers and symbols against the black background. Oh, jeez. Ever heard of those rainbow shrimps? The mantis shrimps, yes. The murderous ones that have 16 different color-detecting cells in their eyes. Humans only have 3. They are quite odd, aren't they? They really make you wonder how much of the world you are truly perceiving at any given time. Or what you're missing, even. Can you imagine the kind of things that we miss because we have too good eyesight? Because could a mantis shrimp even play this game, or would these subtle tones be lost in all of the different shades? Imagine watching the radio. That would be an odd thing, wouldn't it? I'm personally not synesthetic, but I'm sure there are some people who could. Okay, so it is timed. Reel back for me, thank you. This should do it, right? Okay, good. We made it to the other side. Is there something you get for collecting all of the collectibles? Fluffeth. Is there another ending that I'm missing now? That I've missed maybe 4 or so? What's over here? Hello, little buddies. I know I should be probably going up, but... Oh. Something to break. I have a feeling I've progressed too far suddenly. Oh no. Oh well. They're eating a little apple. Oh, you're following me. Hi there. Hello. Are you shy? Oh, don't worry, I don't bite. Oh. Oh. I don't bite. I can cube up too. I suppose If I was asking for some call and response, you were already responding, so. As far as I can recall, by collecting them all, you get a little bit of extra endgame story or lore. Oh, that's a shame then. So I may have to play this game another time in order to collect all of that. That is if I don't finish this game all in one sitting. Which, judging by the time that we're running right now, I'm not sure if I will be able to. Oh. Look at this little buddy trying to follow me still. I feel bad for leaving them behind. Can you follow me up here? Oh, there's nothing to climb up there. After finishing the game, you can go through previous chapters. Oh, that's good. That's helpful, at least. I won't have to scramble my way in towards perfecting my run of this game. I can take it at my own pace. Is there anything here? Anything that I'm missing? Let's go up here. Up. Up. Up! There you go. Nothing to break. I don't see anything break-worthy here. Perhaps I should go back and see. Or maybe this is just a tangent that I missed. So there must be something to do here. For those of you who are watching and may have already known the solution, but I'm getting very slow towards it, just know that while I may sound smart, at times it can be very dim. So... Oh! Wait. You can eat apples, can't you? Well, if you're not gonna help me, I hope they serve you well. There's one more apple over there. I think, anyway. I'm missing another apple. I haven't seen it just yet. Let's feed our little buddy. Okay. That seems to have been it. Are there any other apples anywhere? Oh, you want me to come over? Hello there, dear. Oh, you like the apples I gave you. You're sweet. The apples. Oh, a little burrow. Hello there, bud. So while green can be seen as sick, green also represents verdant growth, doesn't it? Another apple? Do you need more? Should I find more apples for you? Oh, are you willing to platform with me now? Let's see if we can follow through with these roots. There you go. Let's go. Oh, you can. You're a little plant mage. A little plant magician. Thank you for the hydrate, Doomington. How are you doing? I need a hydrate. Though if hydrate's not on cooldown, feel free to take the regular one. That's good to hear. We're playing Gris right now. And just quietly vibing to its aesthetic. Oh, that's. Oh no! I wanna get you over here, bud. Come on, little buddy. That's good to hear that you're good. This game is indeed amazing. It is gorgeous, isn't it? Little buddy, can you... Yeah, I'm so proud of you. What a good little guy. I'm so proud of you. This game is indeed amazing. Hello, Novels. I'm glad to see that you and Doomington were able to come in. Have you played the game before, Novels? It seems as though you're coming to it with a bit of experience. Let me get you an apple, little buddy. I just want to see if there's anything above us. Oh, no such thing. Where'd you go? We should go together. Well, look at us go. Look at us having a little teamwork. Oh, you've actually already watched a full playthrough of this game. It is really gorgeous. I'm really excited to be playing through it right now. Where's our little buddy? Where'd they go? There's an apple right here. There you are. Come on, I have an apple for you. How many frames is that? Each knee is going up and forward, right? So it's clear that it's more than a couple. Oh, Novels, just so you know, I was trying to get that game to work earlier. But apparently I can't stream it from my computer, unfortunately. Is this goodbye? Or do I follow you? Oh. Goodbye, friend. Yes, Sky. I'm gonna miss you. I was hoping to emulate it on PC Novels, but apparently there's no emulator that's good enough for it right now. Gone forever. It was my little friend. I don't know, my little heart. Well, that one looks similar. Oh! Okay. We have to recover from here, right? I feel like I've just skipped a whole bunch of stuff by accident. But we need to find those two glowing motes, right? Okay. Little buddy, you're back. I knew it wasn't forever. For me? Thank you. I want to give you a little head pat. And back to our normal walk, I suppose. I found you again, buddy. Does that guy, does that little guy have a name? Does anyone know? I'm tempted to call him Block Person. This little block guy. Maybe I'll just name them Pot. Because its siblings are Pots, not particularly because of Pot in our chat. I don't know. Is there anyone else? We have a little rock guy. Cubert. I suppose with the C we might be able to just get away with it. Are you just gonna add cube to other names? What's another name we could do? Cublin? Cubeton? Drop all of your favorite cube-related names here. Okay, so that's not broken, but frozen. Companion cube. Oh, that's a cute one. That changes every time I jump. Yeah, our little companion cube. Though, I don't want to see them incinerated, though. Any other cube-related names? Cubey, Cubely, Cubester. Oh, wow. There's a lot of moving parts here. I needed those. Cuby-dooby-doo. Cubolingo. I like Cubolingo. I think that's the one that might stick, I think. Cubolingo. Cubethaniel. How about Cubethaniel? His name is Cubethaniel. Okay. To get that last emote. I suppose there's a way on the other side, but if there's a way to get here... There you go. Let's see if we can get it on the other side anyway. Nope, nope. I'm not climbing up there again. Oh, there's something to go out on there, though, actually. I thought of it because, Duolingo. Cubethaniel. Oh, please, Cubethaniel is my father. Call me Cubelingo. Oh, dear. Cubethany. This is gonna be what the stream ends up being. It's gonna be us coming up with names for the cube. Cubethany, Cubethaniel, Cubelingo. Have you thought of one of yet, Pot? There you go. This little path back. Cupiter. Cupiter? Cutimer. Maybe it's Cubimer. Cupiter. I don't know. For some reason, my voice went just straight into way trying to comment on that. Like Jupiter the planter. Oh! The planet. Oh. Jupiter. Hold space. We have a gliding ability now. We make a little air, though. Oh yes, Jupiter the plant. Oh no. Poor snake. I know I'm usually higher energy than on the stream, but I hope y'all are enjoying your time. I know a tiny part of me got a little bit... a little bit nervous that today might have been one of those days I shouldn't have streamed. But I'm finding it rewarding personally. I hope you are all as well. I have COVID, leave me alone. I'm sorry you've captured the plague. That one Earth plague that's going out. I wish you nothing but the best, Snake. Oh. Okay. There you go. We're so gentle. Oh, but we're also bad at platformers. I think this is the perfect thing to play today. There you go. Hold space. So we can capture air currents here. The violin is gorgeous. What is it about the violin that feels so, calming? Where it extends such, not gravity. That's a different... I'm looking for a different kind of word. I know all, like, music and sound are just the particular way something vibrates. But at the same time, the way it, the length and longevity of each, note is somewhat soothing to me. No, come on. My top 3 favorite instruments are the violin, the harp, and the piano. Good ones, I'd say. I do quite like the guitar myself. It's a very folksy instrument. What else do I like? I suppose I have to time that correctly then. The piano is good. Part of the reason that the piano is such an excellent instrument is because you can capture the whole range of a band within a piano. There you go. Does anyone else have their own favorite instruments? A little more love for percussion, aside from the piano? How do I get up there? Percussion? I don't think piano falls in there. I think piano is technically strings. But I don't know, the mechanics of it are very, percussion, aren't they? Press space. I have a current of wind under me, or some butterflies. Just imagine you playing heavy metal with a guitar. I can't stop cackling. Oh, that isn't in my space, but I can see why the Gap Moe would be interesting. I guess you'd say that about any button bass instrument. You know what? Fair enough. I know when to concede. Colin Stetson can do some percussion with the saxophone. Come on, under me. There you go. Oh, it's timing. It's all timing. Flutes, woodwinds now. The sound of just the calm... What's the word? There you go. The calm light. Is this green? Is this what green is? If red was the organ... Does that make green... What's the word? The flute. Continue jumping on butterflies. Here we are. Now where this is, I have no idea. All these feminine figures as well, just throughout this game. Quite interesting to me. The swelled hips, the narrow shoulders. This place seems to be almost entirely surrounding our main character, dubbed by Fluff Gris. Someone told me that this game is related to the 5 stages of grief. I'm not seeing it as of right now, but if I can recall them, is it not denial, anger, bartering, depression, and acceptance? If it's meaning to do so, it's not doing them in the usual order. Hello, bird. You have some weight to you, don't you? What do we do here? Do we run? No, wrong button. Higher and higher. Come on. Good. Okay. These black shapes, these negatives, we've seen them before. Oh, they do leave behind something for us to jump on, though. Part of me thinks that they're not evil. But part of me doesn't even think of them as malicious. It's like, just a representation of one's frustration. You're okay to feel upset and angry. I can proceed with my rock, thank you. Yeah, it's about grief. I just don't remember much because it's been years since I last seen it. That's fair. Anger, even. We'd be pretty far ahead, wouldn't we? Wait, depression, anger. I suppose this could be anger if that's the case. Depression, sorry, denial, anger. Grief, loss, fear, it's about overcoming such things. Our main character, Gris, is definitely grieving. Of what, though? I'm not concerned, yes, but also interested. Could have played that a little better. So what interests me of their, what's the word? What interests me of her plight is that she's surrounded with effigies of women being upset, being out of sorts. And she herself, in the beginning, was cradled in the hand of one of those effigies. Blow me away. Thank you. Oh, not enough. We're gonna have to try this again, bird. One more time. Thank you. I appreciate you. If anything, under the pretense of a chase, this bird is very much helping us out. Maybe it's just my first, what's the word? Maybe it's just my first, not impression, but maybe it's just my first instinct not to assume malice in another individual. Thank you. Can you make it to the end? No, we're gonna have to try this again. Can we do this again? Oh. Can you hear that tempo? So it's timed. It's similar to... what's the word? It's similar to the sandstorm. We just have to catch it at the right moment. This should take us to the end. There you go. Somehow I feel as though you want nothing but the best for us. Is that it for you, bird? The camera is very good at conveying motion, that we're still moving even though we're not the subject of the screen. It makes me wonder what happened to this world. If it's anything truly physical, or if it's a representation of something that's been lost. For a moment I thought it was a red bird. You do change the colors, don't you? What's this? It was an honor to fly with you. Okay. Those were actual birds I heard that time, weren't they? Music has kicked back up. All these negative all these negatives. Oh. Can we talk? I don't know, it feels as though we've lost our voice, but... Can we just get close to you? Enough of a gust to start ringing the bells. Did I miss anything? Oh, butterflies right here. Keep going. Or should I get closer? The music is so good. If I time this correctly, I can get to the other side, and they'll have to. There you go. The sound hurts it. Or it disperses it. Goodbye, then. What now? Eddie? What's Eddie? Is that what you named the bird? Did you name the bird Eddie? Oh, bird. What now? Do we just fall? Oh. Like the venom. Well, that's the person, isn't it? Eddie Brock. What could I be missing now? Perhaps the other side. Is there anything left behind? Should we fall? Is that something we can do? Is it over? Oh, maybe we can jump up the middle. Maybe we're missing some kind of platform there. Oh, there were butterflies I wasn't seeing. Welcome back, A, if you're here to stay. If you just needed a common bird, though, I understand. Do you all think I've been doing a good job? Or do you think I've just been in overcoming grief, loss, and fear? Or is that just something I'm not interfacing with? What is there to fear if you're just as head empty and willing to walk through as I am? Another hand. Eliminated from the nose up. Just who did Gris lose? Oh. That blue. I love the watercolor effect. I actually employ something similar with my BGs. Not that it's entirely important right now. I'm just a fan of its aesthetic, though. It's raining now. We're in blue. Oh, wrong button. We can do it. Maybe blue is sadness. I think you're onto something. Okay, let me look at the actual order of the stages of grief. Stages of Gris. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. I mean, rain and tears is a very direct analogy. I would agree. If we're going in order, we should be in bargaining right now. Unless we were bargaining with, what was their name? Cube Daniel? Cube Lingo? We're in the water. We sink. Is that a bad idea? No, we just flip back up. Red, green, and blue now. In my experience, grief is so rarely linear. That's true. There's only such, what's the word? It's similar to Campbell's hero's journey. The circle that is meant to inform every single story, even though it just so tangentially covers many of them. While they make stories easier to digest, sometimes some of the best stories don't even follow that rhythm. There you go. The violin here as well. All these timed blocks once again. How am I supposed to get up there? I'm still aghast. If that's a proper word. There are butterflies for me to fly up through, but where's the original, or where's the source that I'm meant to affect? With this here, I imagine I'll be gliding a long way before I figure out how to do any of that. I'm lucky to have never experienced grief, so I don't have any experience to speak of. Well, grief isn't just losing a loved one, to be honest. There are smaller griefs. I was going to say that loss doesn't necessarily have to be loss of a person, though that may be one of the hardest to endure. And the loss of a person doesn't even necessarily have to mean death. Sometimes people come and go, and you don't know how to understand or deal with that. And that can be a grief in and of itself. I feel bad for missing that a little bit. Maybe when I come back with more... Are we meant to be swimming all this way? Ah yes, now butterflies. Is this appropriate to say on stream? I have a friend at the college who I no longer see anymore. In our first semester, we were tight as thieves. I'd been very close to them. But as they went through with their different classes, as they went through with their own life, a lot of things have changed. And eventually it came to the point where I barely talk to them now. I miss them dearly, but what can you do? Sometimes things just happen. But that's okay. I don't think the pain of wishing to interact with them again, I don't think that informs the way I remember those memories. They were really good times. I wonder what we're forming. And what new ability and skill I now have. I'm sure y'all could relate to some degree. Two. In my opinion, from someone who's always moved and never gotten to keep friends, I just tend to forget them. Like 2 years or so, of course. I don't envy you, novels. I don't know. How do I even come to describe something like that? There are people who have left my life who I'm very fine with them not being there anymore. There are also people who have informed a lot of who I am and what I can do. And I will forever be thankful for them for having existed in that space. If not friends, I'm sure there's somebody. Or there will be somebody. I can only hope for you. No. That'll give me enough air? No. No. There must be another way up there, right? Or should we even be going up there? Is there another direction we should be leaving? We're going towards. Not that I mind. This place is quite soothing in its own way. We keep returning back to this temple. I wonder what it means. Oh, interesting. I've only noticed now. Each of these have a little counter for how many of these points of light you're able to capture. Oh, very close. If someone would in chat like to tell me that this is impossible, I'd appreciate it at some point. It's more of a defense mechanism than anything. I try not to deepen my relationships because that way I'll miss them. And I hate that feeling. It's possible, but there's nothing there yet. Thank you, Net. Net Destroyer. I appreciate you. I'd hate for my what's the word? My cadence to have been interrupted that much, but then where else is there to go? But novels, I think you're doing yourself a disservice there. Not to critique you and how you live your life, but some of the greatest experiences that humans can have, as far as I've understood, is the ability to open yourself up to another person and see yourself in them and allow that moment of vulnerability for you to experience something that you wouldn't have experienced otherwise. A tortoise. In that way, not to say that the relationship's romantic, but I have a romantic ideal of it, perhaps. I like making friends. Okay, now we're in blue in earnest now, I think. But how are you, Net Destroyer? How are you enjoying yourself? Look at these little mushroom guys. Oh, they're little shrooms. You know the deal by now. Descent. I'm fine, thanks you. I think Gris has steadily... Descent. This is a song I remember from Berlinist. I'm alright. I think Gris has lifted my mood a bit. I started to stream a little bit lower energy, but I think I'm starting to pull myself together a little more now. This game has a lot to say, and being able to interface with something like that really empowers me, I think. I like thinking. I'm a little bright, aren't I? One second, let me see if I can just reduce the light real quick. Maybe that's more fitting right now. Let's break the rope. Oh. It's beautiful down here. I love the stark silhouettes of the cavescape against us. Against the water. The space definitely feels smaller and closer because of it. So we have two tools right now. We have our block and we have our wings. Very Hollow Knight, this area. I've never played, but I'll take your word for it. What even is that instrument? The one that seems to whine. I think it might be a violin of sorts. 2D bug Dark Souls, very good. I've seen Wiki play it, but the connections aren't really connecting in my mind right now. This place is going to be important later. I don't know how or when. Oh, let me take away that little HUD. We're sliding. I miss having Cube Daniel, our little cube guy. I miss them every day. How much of this do you think we should be taking literally? And how much do you think of this is a mindscape? In which case, what do you think these things mean? Umbrellas, mushrooms. An intended reprieve from something. Instead of interfacing with the rain itself, we choose to barter or separate ourselves from it. When the sandstorm feels like an unstoppable force, rather. Bury yourself. How so? Or hide yourself, maybe? I do love the palette and shades here. We do bury ourselves, don't we? The depth that we've descended to. It's, we're in a huge underground cave. Bury yourself away from what's on the surface and hide. I think blue is depression, and that's why you're going down into darkness. I believe novel said something to that effect as well on Net, or Net Destroyer. How would you like me to address you? That's good then. It's interesting how green... Oh, you know what? No, with how green ended, I think we could see why it was anger. Me and my chat are still trying to figure out how, if there's any possible way to map these against the stages of grief. Not sure if I was going the right way, but if someone would correct me, perhaps. The first one is denial, and I don't recall meeting a boss there. It was a simple step through things. But we were surrounded with iconography of grief and pain, and perhaps we just denied it in that way. There are Steam achievements. I've seen them, but as in, like... Let me see 1 second. As in, Blue, Green, The End, Mementos, and 12 Hidden. Well, if they're all hidden, then how am I supposed to understand them? But what I mean to say is connect those experiences with their different stages of grief. Green was so calm, but it lashed out at the end, so I think that's interesting. Should we not be going down here? It feels like we're missing something. You have to go. Have a good rest of the stream. You take care now, Snake. It was nice to have you. But we can't escape here, so there has to be something I'm not doing. Unless... Look at those little umbrellas! Maybe there's something I can hit here. No? Sounds like you missed the one... Sounds like you missed one and you're a bit out of sync. I have red, green, and blue. Should I have hit somewhere else actually instead? I missed one white and I'm out of sync. Oh dear. How do you recover from this? You start with white. Oh, that's true. This is bargaining or depression then. There's no achievement for it, but white is a thing, isn't it? Is there a way to go deeper in here? Or is there a way to rise up? Oh, of course, butterflies. Ah, we made it. This is depression. What a phrase, Net. Just, this is depression. And further down. On either side. No. Hello there. 1 second. Oh, well, hopefully this will be enough. It was. A cold, freezing, what's the word? Ability. Oh, how are we supposed to get up there? Oh. Huh. There's gotta be some kind of middle. Hmm? Okay, this is odd. It seems to be so solid. How do we find some kind of middle ground between the two? It appears that whichever way we go down, it'll move the entire thing to the side. Oh, perhaps having one block on each side will do. Thank you. Now let's see if we can counterbalance. My timing's off. Let's try it on this side and then we'll move over to the other. Okay. Now we rush over to the other side real quick. I'm not gonna make it in time. Okay. Huh? Oh, wait. I can block it in the air. Whew, okay. Maybe we should go the other way first. Perhaps that'll assist us, but I'm not sure if we can get back from there yet. Maybe there's a space or a way I can stop prematurely. Oh, 1 second. Let's do like a block here for a second. And there should be a physical barrier between that spot and it going completely down. There you go. And everything perfectly balanced now. I'd love to have that power. I had trouble with these ice puzzles. Now that's a bit brighter. Let me brighten myself up a little. There you go. Should I change the color to blue? Just a little bit. Oh well. Okay, back to these ice puzzles. I'm glad I wasn't the only one though, Fluff. I've won. I'd assume there are 5 more colors. Or sorry, 2 more colors out of 5. Okay, here's where I not cheat, but I've seen the solution to this, if only because I watched a friend do this part in particular. I think that'll be enough. There you go. There you have it. Ice puzzles. Have you finished this game yourself before, Nat, out of curiosity? Or have you watched a playthrough of it? Oh! Press space. Now we're a fish. Yes, you've played it. Oh, I hope you enjoyed it, but I don't imagine you'd be here if you didn't. Not sure I like the acceleration of this. Hello there. I'm after you, aren't I? I saw you, little light. Oh. Look at us chasing after these small lights and such. Requires 6. Come here now. I love how stark everything is. Oh, this is a race. Pardon me, everyone. I just need to do a little spring cleaning. That should do it. You're so fast. Oh. Let's try this again. Got it. That's 3 of I believe it was 8. Like an octopus. Oh, I was worried that'd be solid. Back to our slow walking. Well, hello there. How would I go about reaching the top of that? Excuse me? Oh. How do I get in here? How am I to get out? There it is. Just getting out in the right way. Unless... what am I missing here? It's a reflection of the top. So on the other side... we're mirroring the other space. Where are we? Okay, we're over there. We're kind of hard to see right now. If we fall through here and attack it from this angle... well, not this angle, but just below and up. Got it. Now back the way we came. I think I'll try to finish this chapter, and then I might have to recline. And play this maybe next week on Wednesday. And what's down here? Nothing we can handle, I suppose, at the moment. So how many do we have in total? We need 2 more? Yes. There are 2 more branches here, it should be. Oh, this looked easy enough. Oh, that's the problem. It's nice though that butterflies are able to survive so deep down here. I appreciate you, butterflies. You made things so much easier. Oh, let's try that again. We need some inertia from, Oh. There you go. I guess our inertia is kept no matter which direction we're going towards. So if we go like this... we can execute that a little better. There you go. I go all the way down. Down, down, down. Good thing there's a little exit here. Sorry. Bless me, I suppose. Bless me again, wow. Sorry about that. Okay, there's something really deep down here that we can take advantage of. I love the accents of pink. Wow. Contrary to common belief, pink is actually an excellent color to accent blue with. When the sky is turned to pink by the flame of the sun, I can't help but just admire it. How to get up there, though? We have those barriers separating us from the other side. We're not missing something, are we? I think we should go upwards. How to do that? Or perhaps further down. Here, maybe. Maybe there is some entrance here. I think this is us backtracking to where we were before. Yep. So then what are we missing? Okay. Fly as far as we can. Is there any point of entry that we have for the inside of there? I suppose we can go further right, but what did that accomplish? These little fish that are following me. I wonder if they have any way of communing with this big red item. Perhaps I should go like this. The way up is through that red plant. Perhaps there was something missed a minute ago that we can interface with. I wanted to thank you all for being really kind and really letting yourself in to play this, or to watch me play this. More than just to be here, but to be able to share some of your experiences. I just wanted to thank those of you who have, or your interpretations even. Maybe it has something to do with inertia. Maybe it has something to do with the gained speed I get. No, unlikely. You can use the butterflies underwater. Oh! When I collected them, I didn't even know what they were. Oh, did I lose them again? Come here, butterflies. Thank you for the hint, Fluff. It seems that they're only waterborne butterflies, or waterborne butterflies rather. They don't seem like to coming up from under the water. Oh, good, excellent. That's quite interesting. Now perhaps we can go through these spaces and up the width of this. Or not. There must be some butterflies down here as well, right? There's some... Oh. I suppose there were. Jump. Caught. That should be enough to proceed, shouldn't it? I wonder, sometimes I've forgotten how it is to play games without commentating over them. When you play games like these, all of you, any of you who are willing to, do you talk to yourself every now and then? How developed is that instinct to just think in your mind and really perceive things without externalizing it? Perhaps more than the opposite. Is this a little rock guy? Oh, it's the tortoise. Hello there. And in the water we're a little manta. I'm glad we're keeping pace with them. It feels safe with a companion like this. Oh, you need more? Or is that it? Thank you. Where are we falling now? Being a verbal thinker, I talk to myself quite often. I'm glad to hear that, Fluff. I guess you and I have more common than you as a thinker, as a vocal thinker, and me as a streamer have more in common than I thought. Where to go now, though? Is that a foot? It's a large foot. Fair enough. Another temple. Perhaps I can just... Almost. Let's try that again. There you go. I wonder what is lost. What is being grieved? Maybe it's some nebulous grief. One that you can't really place a finger on or identify. You know, it's an odd kind of grief. If I may speak on it. I understand that this might turn people away, but given the subject matter of the game, I think if you were here for a bit, yeah, I think you might as well have already sort of come to understand some of the themes of this. But a peculiar kind of grief that I find interesting is grief of life that isn't lived. Does that make sense? If I may explain, there are people who feel as though things could have been different for them. And that they aren't, that they've somehow lost or fallen through on a certain experience. That it is, they feel that loss in of themselves. And I think it is definitely different than entitlement. I think that kind of pain is first imaginative, and secondly, tragic. Because to think that you deserve better, that you, I think we all do in some respect or another. We deserve more than we give ourselves credit for, at least. And to feel the pain of having lost that. I don't know. It's a very, what's the word? It's a very captivating grief to me. It may not be it might not be clear at first, or maybe never, to the player. And I don't want to spoil it. Well, fair enough. I'm very happy that you are so respectful and to not want to spoil it. And to be careful with this with me. Another hand. And a face looking down upon us. And once again, she returns to that fetal position. This white, this moon, it's gorgeous. This is what it used to be. The grief of a home, of a life that has been taken away. Not physically, but Yellow. Are we yellow now? L? Oh, it's the negatives again. And like before, the hand crumbles. Oh my. Are we running or something? It's the bird. Ah, this is where it is. Okay. So this is Unagi. I wonder how much power I have over this at all, or if this is a cutscene in of itself. But it definitely has the heart racing, doesn't it? Oh wow, the mastery, the master of self-control that this being has to be able to split itself into these two versions. And is that a hurdy-gurdy in the background? I think conspired to move, intertwine back into one. getting smaller and smaller and darker. Are we back? This is yellow. Are we escaping now? I suppose yellow is following us. Yellow serves as a light. What was that? That amorphous shape. I had this question earlier on whether or not the events of this game are meant to be taken on the face literally, or meant to be a battle in someone's mind. Just to think of how dangerous such a being could be if it existed. More so, how dangerous is that being to the self? If it is all in their mind. So far, and no spoilers, but it feels. Okay, Unagi's still here. Hi Seven, welcome back. Oh dear. I wonder where we could lose here. It's really going for us as well. We're flanked by lights and this thing just continues to try to... Can we just get out of here? Oh. Thank you, turtle. Oh. Look at him. What a sweet guy. Hello, Miss Functional, how are you doing? I think we're reaching the climax of Gris right now, or Gris. Isn't it an adorable turtle? I wonder why we were allowed to plunge so deep, if only to come back up here. I wonder if the turtle knew that we were in danger. I wonder if the turtle put us in danger, knowing that it'd be able to get us out. But yes, an adorable turtle. How are all of you coming in? I'm glad that you've woken up, Seven. I think it's pretty late over there, so I don't mind you going to bed. Do I have my way to the next space? I did say I was going to end the stream after this chapter, but I'm not sure where the chapter begins and ends, because usually we come back to Great Temple. Such as this, but different. It's on the surface, and all things sort of converge on it. But how are you, Miss Functional? How are you, Seven? I think we're here again, actually. Wait. I've been meaning to play this game. It has been a wonderful experience so far. And you're good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm kind of too tired to function enough to chat. I'm too tired to function enough, though. Enough to chat much. Oh, fair enough. Well, to be honest, we'll see how much stamina I still have to complete this game. On this sitting. But we're in yellow now. I'm glad I woke up before stream ends because I want to see your legend. You're so sweet, Seven. What's below us? Why is it so hard? What's above us? Are we done with being down here? I feel like there's more coming. Is it while we're in the air that the stage goes luminescent? No. I think I'm too stark once again. Let me just... I've been editing some light because part of this game's charm is the way that it just... There you go. There you go. That's a nice tone. That's a nice color for us in the dark. Where are we now? Oh, we're still up in top of things. I'm sorry if I hurt anyone's eyes being so bright. Where are we now? Were there some butterflies I missed, perhaps? Down here. Well, butterflies got me up. Dark cell. Only because the space and stage is dark. Just like a villain. I don't know about that. Oh, of course, the waterfall. I should be able to swim up that, shouldn't I? Oh, that's pretty. We descend again? Oh. I was wondering how far we'd go. Is that a whale song? We seem to be on a different side of the, what's the word? The temple. An entire temple is submerged in water. And up until this point, we've been, we've seen destruction and ruin and wondered where that came from. But those negatives, those black spaces that form these creatures, that form the bird, that formed the unagi, the eel. I think we're ascending now. And here we are, back home. It's become night now. Oh, what are we forming? I think... Let me just turn some things back on. Let me turn on the light. Hello everyone. I think that's where we're going to end this stream. I will be continuing... I think I'll be continuing Gris next week on Wednesday. But we made a great deal of follow-through. Fluff, thank you for following. I appreciate you for coming in. It was a wonderful time to experience this game with you, and I hope you follow through for its conclusion. For the rest of you, thank you so much for, well, being here all the time. Let me figure who to raid before I go. If I know anyone who's around. That's odd. I don't think there's anyone else I know who's currently online right now. Is there anyone else streaming Gris? You'll have a good day as well. Well, a couple of other people have decided to go through it with it as well. Have a good day, Sal. Have a good day, Miss Functional. I don't think I'd mind giving it to what's there? Sadly, you only caught the end of my only the end of my streams. Well, as much of a wonder as wonderful as it would be to have you over here. I understand that people have work and different things, so no fault really. I think I'll just close. I think I'll just close it. Not having been able to find everyone. Sometimes you can't do that. So I just want to thank everyone for coming in and experiencing this with me, for all of your vulnerability, for all of your advice and guidance. It was a lot of fun, and it brought me up where I wasn't. I hope to see you all soon, and for all my study buddy out there, be well.